Hold on. Oh dear Lord.
Right, so we're dead to the next one now. Everybody dead?
Yep.
Yeah.
Craig?
All right. We are all right. Construct JavaScript actions with functions. All right. We are also able to create objects using constructor functions. A constructor function is given a capitalized name to make it clear that it is a constructor. Here's an example of a constructor function, and they have set a variable car function of curly braces. Then they have this.wheels, this.engines, this.seats. In a constructor, this variable refers to the new object being created by the constructor. So when we write this.wheels equal 4 inside of the constructor, we are giving the new object it creates a property called wheels with a value of 4. You can think of a constructor as a description for the object it will create. Now you're going to have your motorbike constructor describe an object with wheels, engines, and seats, properties, and set them to numbers.
You're going to read the news in the morning, sir, because you sound like you have the voice, you know. Yeah, the voice.
I said, Mike can't quit my day job.
No, quit your job, man. Go in at 5 o'clock. You have to have a side hustle. What is wrong with you?
That's too serious.
You're going at 5. This is the one for pay for the private house in West Indies.
Ooh.
So you have to do it, you know.
Don't.
Yes, sir. Oh, Lord. All right, so that done. Let us move on to the next one. All right, this is making instances of objects with... Oh, we need to put this for silence because I can't bother with the painting.
Yeah, run it now. No.
Okay, making instances of objects with a constructor function. Now let's put that great constructor function we just made in the last one to use. To use a constructor function, we call it with the new keyword in front of it, like var my car equals new car parenthesis. So my car is now an instance of car that looks like an object that looks like the object it described. Interesting. So it's inside 2 curly braces with wheel at 4, engine at 1, seats at 5. Note that it is important to use a new keyword when calling a constructor. This is how JavaScript knows how to construct a new object. And that all references to this inside the constructor should be reflected into this new object. Once the my car instance is created, it can be used like any other object and can have its properties accessed and modified the same way you would usually. For example, my dot turbo type equals twin. My car variable now has a property turbo type with the value of twin. In the editor, use the car constructor to create a new instance and assign it to my car. Then give my car the nickname property with a string value. Okay. Let us change the code below this so that my car equals. So we must what ask me to do.
You're gonna use the car constructor to create a new object, and then you're gonna set a nickname property to any string of your choosing.
Okay. CR dot.
Bam. It's alive.
My car have 3 wheels.
You know, I get no insurance. Okay. Isn't somebody supposed to be showing their code online?
Oh yeah, somebody.
Run it.
Oh.
The person who finished the code challenge him already.
Right.
Okay, you're black. No feel no way.
Hold on, 8 people said they want to go this session now. How much they on it?
We're there on 4 or 5 away.
Wait, which number on I use? On I count by like an array or what?
Look here, shut your mouth and go ahead. It's better. It's better. You can't deal with it. You can't deal with it at all. Ready if you have decent conversations, his brother say, "Oh no, me say, what you want to talk about?" Look here, Jesus. All right, so somebody downstairs. Hold on. No, and in the yard. Oh, that's brother there. All right, hold on. Who just a while ago? Let me see on the creating the thing.
Run.
Close me message something. So let me see what me do wrong because you know click it. Mike, okay, so that yes, that's what I did. Okay. Why if you carry name Hyper?
My name Umba.
That's a good car.
Umba bike.
It's a good car.
What's that? Me not pay no mind.
When the Wi-Fi move fast, the computer decides to move slow.
Yes, sir. All we tell him not talk about things you have to run off your mouth.
No man, I post my time on Facebook now.
Oh, if you use this as stream on Facebook at the same time, you probably are gonna need more RAM in the future.
Right.
Because you run a solid state hard drive or you run a regular hard drive.
Regular, but
yeah, you kind of need to fix that.
Nah. If this powerful still, I'd like a gaming machine. Enough money for it too. No teeth feet.
Either.
Money does not describe performance, son.
i7.
May I run one i7? May I run what? 21 gigs of RAM on one solid state hard drive?
21.
Wow.
We are on so a bit can your mind or a teeth.
No. No, like
the man have a never say I have a illegal account, you know.
Most.
On Linux.
Who the hell run a high Sierra with 5 gig? My youth, go park here, man.
The man have 21
Youth.
gig. I first never hear about a personal computer 21 gig boss. And tell me about that is like some employee, like some company there.
No man, me not like run so.
Like you play
Me
game
like-
hard.
No, me edit video.
Oh.
I mean, me not like sit down and wait all day for the process. So and then me use it on remote control stuff. Me use it on work on WordPress website. So me not have a patience for sit down and make it run. Because I do it.
Alright, question now. So everybody in here can code in
Everybody there,
PHP?
sir?
Go again? Yeah.
Everybody,
Next one.
Everybody can do what?
Yeah,
Where's
man.
running?
Everybody here can code in PHP?
No, I don't code in PHP. I basically use drag and drop. I can if I decide to, but with WordPress, we basically do a lot of CSS, HTML on top of whatever they give it.
Okay, because for some reason, I realize that everybody have talked about some stuff for PHP related. I feel like I me want to know PHP.
Me don't know it.
Word.
Oh. No about that. So they'll make unique objects by passing parameters to our constructor. So the same thing is just that we're going to be having
Altering the
inside.
constructor.
Yeah. So having those
So it's going to be
wheels, seats, and engines in that order.
for my car is now going to be new car. So your new car.
So now you have to change the constructor completely.
And we have, so it has to have an object with what, 6? Okay. How much wheels it's supposed to have?
No, you you determine that. So 2. Mine have 2, cause mine normal. I do normal enough. Wheels 2, seats 4. No, 4 or 5. 5 and engine 1. Twin turbo. We knew you could do it. I know too. Thank you.
Is this Sunday you say you have anything there? Quincy?
Ronnie.
Yo.
Question.
Hold on.
Is this Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay, cool beans.
So him get this Skype number already.
Wheels.
I hope wait, when him come, I did the algorithm scripting what I gotta do at that point.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Hey, if him drop in for a couple seconds and then run out.
Him got through all of the easy thing them, and then I want to reach a hard part, him see we are struggling, just say, oh, Jamaicans don't know how to code.
Nobody knows how to code.
Next thing you ask you, are you sure you guys did the last couple of stuff?
Yeah.
We kind of have a cheat sheet.
Land. You're welcome. Make object properties private.
Continue read, man.
You that man. Tell us somebody pirate, mister.
Yo, we can't finish with dinner.
Oh, Jesus, the money has...
Run it, Ashley.
Oh no, I'm waiting on you guys. It's okay.
Really? Are they still with it tonight?
No, I am following what's going on. I'm just now. This is too long. Nope.
Where are we now? Oh, make objects private. Oh, here we are. All right. Objects have their own attributes called properties and their own functions called methods. In the previous challenges, we used the this keyword to reference public properties of the current object. We can also create private properties and private methods which aren't accessible from the outside of the object. To do this, we create the variable inside the constructor using the var keyword we're familiar with, instead of creating it as a property of this. This is useful for when we need to store information about an object, but we want to control how it is used by the outside code. For example, what if we want to store the speed our car is traveling at, but we only want the outside code to be able to modify it by accelerating or decelerating, so the speed changes in a controlled way. In the editor, you can see an example of the car constructor that implements this pattern. Now try it for yourself. Modify the bike constructor to have a private property called gear and 2 public methods called getGear and setGear to get and set that value. All right, so what we have is, we're going to need to declare a variable for gear.
Wait. They have all that inside the constructor?
Yes. Yeah, everything is in.
So it's easy make changes to it on the outside.
Yeah.
No. You can get on it inside the constructor itself.
Because you want it to refer to that object. So it will always be referring to that particular object, the one that is going to be created, because it's going to basically set it as properties of that object.
Yeah, I think I get what you're saying.
I hope so, because I'm not even sure if I get what I'm saying.
These another stories at 5.
Please, guys, please, do not give joke while I'm eating. I will joke.
You see, can you tell us when I get none, and now you get joke.
That's even worse because of fish bone. Sure.
I don't talk to you, and I'm not trouble you anymore. All right. So I need to declare a variable inside of this function called myBikeGetGear. So getGear needs to have one that says, I have no clue what I'm doing here. Okay, so somebody type.
All right. First, we know we need a public, well, I guess a private variable, a variable within this function. So, which is going to be our gear. That is what we're going to use the get and the setter to control. That's the variable that the get and setter are going to alter. So, our first step should be to create that variable and I guess set it to some number. Then we're going to create 2 methods. Similar to the function above, but those are going to, you're going to use that now to change the value of gear. So this dot accelerate. Why is this? Oh, equals, and this is a method. So function. Does it need a parameter? I guess it does. Change gear plus equal 1. And then another one, which would be this dot decelerate.
Okay, that would make sense.
Equal function change and then gear.
Is the person who's talking the person who's typing on the screen?
No.
Okay, can we do that, please?
Totally different from what I'm saying.
Because he's talking and I'm going, hold on, wait a minute.
What the hell is going on here?
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh, get gear.
Where are the Ronick? Why did the plus?
I have no clue.
Okay, great. But
You can't, no, do not look at my screen.
You are sharing your screen.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, this one's kind of special here. Okay.
My brain is preoccupied with food.
All right, so that doesn't work. Set gear.
set gear equals a. No, your gear equals. It shouldn't be incrementing by a. It should be set to a.
Right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And the same for your B too. Your gear. Wait, for your get gear, you should be returning gear.
Right.
Plus, yeah, it's supposed to be gear, not plus I equal to B.
Yeah, so return gear. Yeah.
Return.
So smart. Yeah. Nice. Nice. That's so.
Okay, some functions now, some methods, some pre-built methods. Iterate over arrays with map. The map method is a convenient way to. Oh, hold on.
Yes.
To the one. I saw like I read the one then.
A fishbone catcher?
No, I'm excited about the use of maps.
These ones are no fun.
The map method is a convenient way to iterate through arrays. Here's an example of the usage. You guys see the example there. So it says all array times 4. So you map and then function return value times 4 and then your console log. The map method will iterate through each element of the array, creating a new array with the values that have been modified by the callback function and return it. Note that it does not modify the original array. In our example, the callback only uses the value of the array element, the val argument, but here, somebody come in. Simon, that you hear the background noise.
Hey, what going on?
I'm pretty.
4 over there. All gone, big up. They iterate over arrays with map. Let me send you the.
Hi, David. No, you sir.
What is
This necklace has been in our family.
There is this objects in there, right?
Yeah, but
What?
with the we did 4 lessons already. So with the iterate over arrays with maps. So just click on the link there already. So. And turn on your TV as usual.
I said, alright, two ones.
Yeah.
Wrong with you. You have that in my ears.
No, it's this.
This one.
The mic. Yeah. Alright, so in our example, the callback only uses the value of the array element, the val argument. Your callback can also include arguments for the index and array being acted on. Use the map function to add 3 to every value in the variable old array and save the results into the variable new array. Old array should not change. Okay.
Is when is gonna reach again?
Iteration through an array. This is going to be, yeah, just type it in a map in a search section. It should bring it up.
It's inside the Skype.
Why this brother I use arrow functions and nobody learn ES6 like that? Yes, consider instead and change it. Look here, you want me to start Blackbird and Bunter? Do it the whole way.
You forget.
We know you learn ES6, don't show off.
ES6.
On your screen.
You know, I'm an observer tonight.
Yeah, newspaper.
No. Observer. I can. Everybody around the world can read me without having to pay for everything. When I have nothing for it.
Yep.
Oh,
Looks good.
Yep. All right. Oops. I hear, but nothing else. The only thing.
So if you wanted to check if an element existed in 2 separate arrays, you could use the map function. I mean the map method.
Oh, you should be able to.
Because you could, if you wanted to find out if an element existed in 2 separate arrays, you could use the map method.
How?
Well,
I think it would, but I'm not thinking that would be the ideal method.
So because what you're doing is
You're mapping a function. Yeah, I don't understand how you would compare.
This is what I'm trying to find out. If you would use the map method to do it.
No, it does use
Because
the
if you-
contains method.
Contained.
Yeah, it probably
Where's contains?
MDN contains. It contains a name. Me and Noel
Right.
they look at it at the last 2 class or something like that.
Oh, includes.
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 Yeah, includes.
Okay.
Includes.
Man, I remember the first time I looked at MDN, none of this thing made any sense to me. Make any sense? They might as well put it in French.
I don't understand why everybody except JavaScript is supposed to make sense. JavaScript is like the girlfriend where you always want to be your wife, but you play hard to get for like 2 years till you get her. You'll be fine.
Next one.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
next one, no.
It's
And for the girl that is in this group, it is like the guy that always wants you, but you don't have the time at your feet. Don't come start with me, I'm ready for you.
I don't think nobody did
Alright.
understand nothing.
Oh no. What has happened to me is that I'm a bit around a lot of women programmers. So sometimes I'm ready for you. Know yourself.
Don't worry, I'm not very edgy. Like I couldn't care less.
Like your time, know yourself. You're boiled up like right now. We're not worried about.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright,
It's
so
different.
condense arrays with reduce.
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Or this one.
Okay, so okay.
Ah,
I'm going to learn tonight, yeah, because I never remember how I did this right a long time ago.
Alright, run it.
yeah, man, go follow up on screen.
Smart, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, 'cause I'm following you guys on the screen now.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I can read it. Alright, to use, what is this? I don't know what the name of it. Condense arrays with reduce. To use reduce, you pass in a callback whose arguments are an accumulator. In this case, previous val,
Okay.
and the current value, which is current val. The accumulator is like a total that reduce keeps track of after each operation. The current value is just the next element in the array that you're iterating through. Reduce has an optional second argument, which can be used to set the initial value of the accumulator. If no. Hold on.
Oh, you're reading from the screen. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, if no initial value is specified, it will be the first array element, and current value will start with the second array element. Here's an example of reduce being used to subtract all the values in an array. A variable named sing level. It is assigned array.reduced with a function, previous val, current val. The function in the function body is return previous val minus current val, and they've set the index to 0.
Okay, so the 0 is the index, so that's where it's going to start. So for
Right.
our case, it is going to be function.
So like when you're summing stuff, you definitely want to set that index to 0 so that you're always starting with 0. First, otherwise it's going to start with the first element in the array.
okay.
And the
So it's actually
accumulator
that,
and
so-
then current value.
Yeah, the accumulator is essentially, well, I guess it depends on how you define your function. But the accumulator is going to be the result of what you're doing after each operation. So the accumulator would start off as basically 0 if you set the index to 0. On the next iteration now, it's going to be the result of that operation.
Anybody here ever use something called Python tutor?
No.
No.
Okay, me have to use it now because this kind of what's sort of make no sense to me. Okay.
just about saying AC plus CC then. Accumulator plus current.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I want to show you something. For those of us who, let me find it first. We can move on in there, but maybe I'll show you something in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Everybody here uses Macs.
No.
No,
Oh, okay.
Windows.
No.
Okay,
Blasphemy.
cool. Checking.
All right.
For yourself, you know, so I can switch over to a PC right now, right?
Yeah. Run parallels. Tapping it. Yeah,
No,
Mac.
You're my boss, man.
You might run VMware. Me, I run straight Linux. Tapping it. Hold on. Let me show you something now. Where is it? Oh, damn it. Come on. Show. Oh, damn it. Okay, so whosoever shared their screen, stop for a minute.
You can just take it over.
Okay. Share screen. Add. Share screen. This one. All right. Everybody can see me desktop?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No, I can't say it.
Tell me what. Too small or what?
It's okay.
It's okay.
All right.
Alright.
This is something called Python tutor.
Wait. I can't say desktop there.
No. Okay. For screen me. All right. Stop. Switch screen.
I think this did happen to me last time. Simon, jump out and jump back in the call.
Yeah?
I think you are your side. Jump out and jump back in the call. I think it happened to
Because
me last time.
somebody else shared this. Somebody else.
Alright.
Hold on.
Alright.
We can see it now?
No. We all just see it. At Simon alone now see it.
Okay. Simon, you can't kill your video, Simon.
Oh, alright.
Kill your video, man. This is something. If you're supposed to have more bandwidth for a minute. All right. Everybody can see the values here.
Yeah.
var array, var single level.
Yeah. So what you have happened now is that as you go through it step by step shows you what's happening.
Oh, Zine.
So basically, if you watch now, it goes single. So you have A plus B. So
The Skype thing complicated there now, man. Right. I still can't see nothing.
oh dear Lord.
Skype it
hold
using the
on.
PC app or the old version?
The PC app.
The Windows Store. Okay. You have the old version still? Hello?
This look good though.
You see, you're using the
let me
Windows Store
generate
app or
that.
are you using the old version?
I think this is the PC app.
The old
All right,
version,
Simon.
The new version.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Simon, may I drop the link?
Oh yeah.
May I drop the link in a message them? You can just click on it, and you can, if you see step by step, as you watch as make back by one step. It take the first value, which was 0, which was it took the first value. B was 4, A is always 0.
Mm-hmm.
Accumulate. So A is now 4, B is 5. It'll go back. It'll go down. Return value to 9. So A changed to 9. You see it happening?
Mm-hmm.
See
That's
that?
pretty neat.
Yeah. When me have problems with my code and me can't figure it out, this is what I go because you can visual.
It's kind of like debugger.
Yeah.
This available in our Chrome DevTools.
It works. Is it?
No, I'm asking. Can
No,
you give me
no,
something
no,
similar?
That's a normal debugger. But that's annoying, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. This works. It visualizes code for anybody who do Java, Python, TypeScript, Ruby, C, C++, and JavaScript. Mainly use it for like Python and JavaScript.
Yeah, this look good for now still, because when you're basically trying to work yourself through one of them functions, you can kind of come here and fix it, and
it step by step goes through whatever problems you have.
Did you say work with Java? Oh, cool. Yeah. So you can use
Right.
the hacker rank stuff there. We can
Yeah.
help with the hacker. We see
Yeah.
we are see you. We are see your WhatsApp all like sir.
I guess not interested in internet.
Like it's where they come from?
No, sir.
Oh.
Me used to have a girlfriend who live at Kingston Town.
Okay.
That's the closest we get, boss. Yeah, but that's how me work some stuff sometimes. So enough of me sharing my screen, whosoever work program. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Look, this a brother and I dog. All me I see and teeth them and in fingernail.
Who that Simon?
Yes. All right, I want to know that again. All right, take it
Too much.
So we'll just reduce. Everybody read?
All right. Yep.
Condense, reduce.
Hold on, wait, Simon. Wait on Simon.
This makes sense now.
Alright,
I have to go back over this on our next time tomorrow.
We have to Simon.
Me not even start this yet. Condense array would reduce.
Yeah. Condense array with reduce. Okay, yeah. Just read through and then we'll go back to that. Hold on.
Alright.
Everybody, we'll go back to reduce.
Alright, tell you, everybody pass this one?
Yeah, the one we just did.
Alright, well, I'll go through back this later and other stuff.
Okay, alright, with the filter arrays with that filter then.
Alright, I need to find that back.
Just press map and then read.
What name again? Shield array, what?
Filter arrays with filter.
Oh.
Oh, Naranda cut.
So is it that for a speed or size wise that it's probably better to be using like map and these kind of methods to iterate over arrays versus using loops?
Yeah.
Okay.
The filter array, method.
Is that
Iteration
it though?
array and
I
filter.
think that is more efficient because this is just one line of code instead of having.
Yeah, but that'll make it more efficient. Because I think
That's true.
underlying they're still using the same for loop and so.
Yeah, but then they've already provided this for us, so we're
so it's that.
go
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Okay.
So it's better
Alright.
to code, but not necessarily that it's faster than we coding out our for loops.
Okay. Alright.
Plus, it give you access to additional things. Okay,
Libraries, yeah.
I think some of them have you can pass more than one argument to the method.
Yeah, the second argument is the index, and then the third argument is the one that has what go again? All of the array itself. Like
Okay, yeah, with meaning
which one you use depending on
Yeah.
which method you're using.
Yeah.
right, so meaning that you would then now have more functionality out of that loop versus just using a regular for loop.
Yeah.
Regular.
Okay.
So where filter array with filters.
Alright, yeah. The filter method is used to iterate through an array and filter out elements where a given condition is not true. Filter is passed a callback function which takes the current value. You call that value. You call that a value. A value? Put on the glasses there, man.
Brave. That's it.
Alright.
Oh, this is running screen.
Yes, sir.
That's it. Make it look so flawless a while ago.
Come on, look on the example. Just like
Well,
anybody.
Well, you see, that's the thing about some of these things, you know. The examples are a little too straightforward, I guess, and you're kind of just taking out red and putting blue, and it could be a little bit more challenging so that you kind of understand exactly what it is you're doing. But
Yep.
That's
But I mean-
no. You see that. Okay, it's greater.
Simon, you come back yet?
Yeah, I'm there.
Oh, so you don't read. Continue. But just come back and say, oh. With any array element. Let me continue. Any array element for which the callback returns true will be kept, and elements that return false will be filtered out. The following code is an example of using filter to remove array elements that are equal to 5. That's the following one. So now our instruction is to use filter to create a new array with all the values from the old array which are less than 6. So anything otherwise from that will be filtered out. So value less than 6, I guess. So this is very similar to the maps, but the only thing is that you're not working, you're not performing actions on each element, but you're just testing each element itself. Boom, bada, bada.
And this one, does this alter the old array?
No, none of
No.
them.
No.
No, it returns a brand new array.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yo, this is the one that you use for test if something is true inside that element. So if an even number is inside this array,
Okay, so
you use filter. No, well, no,
Wait,
no,
why
no,
would
never
you use
mind, never
filter for that?
Well, you could use filter in a sense or include, but let me tell you how you could use filter. If it returns an empty array, then nothing in that is true.
Yeah.
So
But then
if you test empty
I feel
on that
like-
empty array, you test. So if you want to find out, so return all the even numbers in this list of numbers, right?
right.
You use filter and you get back all of them. But if it's empty, you know it's false. You could use it or includes. But this more practical, I guess, because you get to know everything. Unless you just literally want to know true or false.
I feel like they should have something for that though, you know.
They do. Includes.
We have includes like even. What does include? I don't know how includes work. Hold on.
So MD and includes. So includes just if it inside a function. If this is inside a function.
So does it take like?
But is includes true and false? Does it return true and false?
I think so. Let me check.
Oh.
Can you put a function through? Can you pass a function through like modulus 2 for even and odd?
If it includes, if you can
Yeah,
pass a
but-
callback into includes, I think so. Let me see. Where the MD and Monday? I'm not there. Okay, let me go on it.
Oh. Why don't I stop show up, Rasta, man?
Here we go.
Oh yeah, I heard that new guy. Who is he?
Oh, Craig. Yo, Craig, welcome.
What up?
Simon, welcome, Craig. Craig, welcome, Simon. You never
Oh,
there
big
last.
up, big up, bless up, Simon.
Yeah. You never there
Okay,
last
yeah.
class.
Yeah, him sound Scottish though. That's why I'm.
Scottish.
Wanna see me alone seat? Alright, the man I read the news tomorrow morning. The man him a laugh after me and me alone seat.
You're Scottish.
Let me see it, man. Let me hear it to me. Hear it.
Scottish.
Apparently, they
yeah.
can claim same border Canada.
Huh?
Jamaica.
And it's a long time when I live there, you know.
Hold on. You moved to Canada and you get a Scottish accent?
No.
Scottish
That's
accent,
right.
yeah, come on, brother. Come on, now, Scottish accent. One say Scottish. Yo,
So,
What
man,
is it for Steve?
okay, yes.
Yo,
Yes.
I'm looking for the array methods that test using a callback for test equality.
How far on the reach now?
Same place.
Still on filter.
Okay, come think gonna left me alone. Come I'm now at reversing arrays with reverse.
No, we'll check
yeah,
something.
no.
We'll check something to see if there is a function that you can pass a callback into that checks like equality and returns true or false, as opposed to just the.
I don't
normal
think
statement.
includes can work.
Yeah, includes can work. It has to just get elements.
Is it okay? The trick now is it ES?
So I'm looking for one.
Since 6 carries a lot of different components from the current one.
Hold on.
No, we're talking about the
Hold
normal one.
on.
Okay, you talk about vanilla.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hold on. It's not Sart in there though. Sart array with Sart?
My pastor tired. I think gonna go and left me some day catch up.
No, with the filter arrays with that filter.
Yeah, that passed on it though. So it,
Okay.
Yeah,
So
hold
let
on,
me
we soon come.
try.
I
Let
don't
me
see
try to
any.
figure it out.
I don't see any other methods, Ashley. I guess we can just research after. I think there's supposed to be something like that, but I guess for now you just use filter. Or
How far are we going tonight? Just finishing this tonight?
we start algorithms. Hold on, return. I see something called find. Oh yeah, find Ashley. So array find method, you can pass a function test and then it returns true or false.
Yeah, that would work. Yeah.
yeah.
So it okay. So what it does, the find method returns the value of the first array in an array that passes a test. Oh, it returns. If it finds an element where it returns a true value, find returns the value of that array element. Otherwise, it is undefined. So I just guess.
So that doesn't really.
It works.
That doesn't really.
It works. So in this sense, false would be undefined and then true would be anything else.
Yeah, but then you might as well use filter as well.
No, but with filter, I guess, yeah. Maybe.
Well, it's just find gives you the first
one. Yeah, that's the only difference. So might as well. And I guess if you want true or false, you could say like if the array is empty, then it's false. If not, then it's true.
But then again, which one more efficient? Since you just want true or false, you use find.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't really make sense. Like there's nothing really.
Yeah, but you use.
Alright, there's a one stop fix for all of this. It's called a for loop.
Alright. So alright, let me argue. I would use find because with the other one, with filter, it tests all elements, but the find stop at the first element if the first element is true, right? So instead of going through 1,000 entries, you go through one.
Yeah, you only got.
Okay, so filter, so filter will be longer though. It will take up like more.
Elements. You would have to go through everything.
Because once it finds this, it's gonna continue going until it gets to the end.
Why would you use a for loop? Like I don't understand.
For loop to the what?
The same thing, because for loop is an underlying thing for everything.
Yeah, but
for loop can do all of what this thing is doing.
Why would you choose a for loop over that then?
It sounds like his preference though, man. Preference.
The man saying roots, man a roots man, man a roots man. And now use Babylon system.
Careful now, you're on live.
Yes, no endorsements, eh? Alright. Sorry, sort arrays with sort. Okay, this one is very
well, the thing of the what is it? The find and the filter, those only work on arrays.
Yeah.
So if it's not an array, then you would tend to go to a for loop or something else.
Oh, okay.
But then we were just talking about whether or not something exists in
2 different arrays.
I think what you could do to figure out if you can find what is one in the other, I think you could go basically iterate through each array and see if the index of X is equals to the index of Y, you keep changing. And if they're equal, you console log something or you print it. Or please bear in mind, I
saw somebody do something.
I might be speaking a bit of Python, but the programming syntax is basically almost the same thing.
No, I saw somebody do that where I don't remember what it was they used, but they basically used a function that returns like 1 if it's the same and -1 if it's not, and 0 or some crap like that.
Compared to in a Java. That's how compared to in a Java works.
There's
Is there any? I saw it somewhere, but it didn't make sense to me, so I couldn't reproduce that code.
Oh,
but
okay.
It worked, and I was like, wow, how does he do that?
What, in a JavaScript?
Yeah, man, in JavaScript. Actually, yeah, I think that might have been where I saw it. In some kind of challenge somewhere along the line, you had to do that. And it's a very useful thing to do.
Yeah, that's
being
how
able
come.
to check if
So in
one thing is in another.
This one? No.
In Java.
I feel like if you want to know if something is contained, well, is that what we're arguing? Like if something is containing both arrays?
Yeah, basically.
Then you just filter it for that number, and then you kind of compare if both lists have something in there.
I guess. I think what I do is I'd take one array and say index of like I'd take what like the first item in the array, and I'd filter through the next array. And then I'd filter through the other one and I'd iterate through the next array and check if the value is the same thing as each of them. If not, it just continues until it finds the other part.
Greg.
Yeah.
Take a look at the screen. Is this what you're talking about?
Difference in array. Yeah. Something like that.
Yes, yeah, something like
Alright, I could go back to array sort and try reach to that difference array.
Oh, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, because this is one of the challenges here, so I guess we'll get to it eventually.
Yeah. You will.
Sort arrays with sort. So here's an example of using sort with a compare function that will sort the elements from the smallest to the largest number. So you just return A minus B. How does this work?
What is it now?
Right, that's the smallest.
Oh, Z.
Oh, cool.
You can always rewrite this thing.
So I have to click this. Further explanation of the sort method can be found here. So the sort method sorts the element of an array in place and returns the array. So it does it to that
Array.
the array itself.
What's the V on this?
Like Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
That's what my thing say. On like Donkey Kong.
Why does this work? Like, I don't understand why we're returning the A minus B.
All right, let's try this again. Let me take over and become an idiot. Look here. You say if you can make fool of yourself, we no problem. All right. Here we go. Control V. Take out the first line. Sitting. Work. Hold on. Let me take over. I'm up. Share screen. See? Wanna see it now?
Yeah, man.
Okay. She said, why does it work? Okay. Here we go. Work. All right. Here we go. So. One embedded link. Link. We just send you.
Black.
Okay, you're black. Yes, you're special in that class. We still gonna give you love and attention. All right, you that. So.
Ed. All right.
All right. So as you go along through the array, right? There's everything in there. Are you seeing what's going on right there?
Yeah, I am.
All right, cool. So 1.
Hold on, wait.
Two.
Go back.
Yeah.
Where does that matter? Did it change the array?
All right. Yes, it start changing them around.
It's one step. So don't move. So 12 on 1, return 11. So 12 minus 9, 11. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's what it does. So it literally, I guess it makes sense now. It literally compares A and B, and depending on which one is larger, it puts one in the front and one at the back, basically. And
Yeah,
keeps
because
doing that.
it changes how the array is aligned. So it's from largest to smallest. Because when I did it first, I like A plus A minus B. So I'm like, okay, and I say largest to smallest. A is always going to be first, B is on. So I just switch it around. So you see now.
I cannot see it now.
See now?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Hold on. Don't move.
Oh.
Go. Start over.
Okay.
Change that array to 1, 21, 12, 2.
Alright. May I go? I made a link. I just sent a link in the messages. May I get one call? Hold on. Someone not gonna hear me for a minute. Voila.
What's up, Hold on. 121. The reason why I asked that is because I don't so when it's not switching, what happens? It just goes along.
I guess when it gets a negative number, is that when it remains the same?
Yeah, because we haven't seen that in that test, right? A while ago. So I just want to see how it works. Oh shoot. Firefox.
Okay. Wait, what?
So when you get the negative number, it just goes over A and B Python tutor.
Hey, young people. Alright, so let's see a little more. So just use for those who don't understand, just use the tutor and run through it, and they can just understand it step by step.
Alright, thanks.
Cool.
Wait, what more ago? I don't hear nothing. Huh? I just see a man come on. I don't hear nothing.
Run the gun.
I'm forgot. Alright, let me see.
Yeah.
Alright, so B minus A. Alright, so I'm going to change this thing to 1. Wait, I can't change the code. What about this? The Python tutor thing not work.
Maybe it have to be you have to go up on the page yourself.
I just cleared up a misunderstanding. Oh,
okay. You have to click something there. You have to click click it already. Rename. Oh. One button there for click, man. Click it.
Click it.
Just
IT.
Click it.
I don't see that.
I'm
funny. Oh, edit code. Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Yes. Oh my god.
You're pushing everything gone.
Alright, visualize execution.
Yeah, good.
21 and 12. So we don't have a and we don't have a B. What happens next? Forward.
Say code.
I think the function is kind of weird, the method. So if you don't do it for them, you kind of mess up. Because in some cases, you might have 1, 12, 2, then 21.
I'm kind of confused, brother. So let's switch bigger. So 1 and 21, right? And then it say, okay, the return value is 20, so it's larger. Because we're doing from largest to smallest. So what happens is that it switches here and say, okay, 21 go to A and 1 go to B. That's what happened. 1 go to B. Okay, so now we'll move on to the next step. So 1 and 12. And then it says, okay, 12 minus 1 equals 11. And so, okay, so switching needs to happen, and then it moves on. So 1 and 2. So how the hell it get A as 21? You understand what I mean? At step 7 of 12, what happened?
Alright, where is this JavaScript tutor?
At step 7 of 12, the array says 21, 1, 1, and 2. And A has 21 in it and B has 12 in it. So I'm so confused.
Because what's it do? Like, according to this, it kind of hold on to the value and then it compares it to the other one. So it holds on to 12 and then it compares it to how your array look?
12, 21, 1, 1, and 2. Let me send you a picture. I know me no mad enough.
Are you sure?
Yeah, like that not here.
Alright.
You have your certificate of sanity.
So the proof, yeah. You want to scholar real proof. That is step 7.
Yeah, because it holds on to the 12 and then it compares it to both the 1 and then it compares it to the 2. So before it places it anywhere, it does this word comparison thing. Like, I find it really hard to understand how it actually like goes through everything, but it's something along that line after going.
I saw something like this in C, you know, man, but it's a lot longer than this, though. It's
So okay,
how I understood it was it took the two elements and it subtracted A from B. A is always going to be the first one, as in the one with the lower index, and B is going to be the one right after. Now, if A minus B gives you a negative number, that means that A is smaller than B. So which means it goes first. So it moves to the next one. So basically, every time it compares those two, if it gets a negative value, it means that the first one is smaller. So that one goes first. And then it moves to the next one. So as long as the return value is negative, A goes first. If the return value is
in his array right now, the 21,112.
21,112. I can't even see his screen. What is?
No, it's just like a picture he sent in the chat.
Oh, Zine. All right. So let's change two of these to. Let's put 112 here. 112. And see what happens.
No, he didn't. That's not his original array. No, during the process, the array has 21, 1, 1, and 2. No. So like somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait.
At step 7. Step 7. So step to 7. It makes sense up to step 7. Like literally. At step 7, at step 6, it is 21, 1, 12, and 2. And A has 1 in it, and B has 12 in it, which makes sense, which is index 1 and index 2, 1 and 12. Return value is 11. So how the hell 12 disappear now?
Alright, let me go back to the original array. So I can see what step 7 is.
Because what I think was supposed to happen was 12 become 1 and 1 become 12. And then it moves on to 1 and 2. Unless it's a mistake, then make. No, but it does it on the next step. I just don't understand step 7.
Step 7. With the original array where A is 21 and B is 2. That's what you have?
No, 1, 12, 1, 21, 12, and 2. Oh yeah. So 21 is A and B is 12.
Okay, 1.
Wait, what are you saying? The original array in terms of on line 1?
No, what you're seeing on step 7 now in the little blue box, you're seeing
21,
A is 21 and B is 2.
And B is 12.
12.
Oh, B is 12.
Yeah, because his array, he switched around. Oh wait.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's your screen?
Oh.
Huh?
Who's sharing screen? Ronique.
Switched around 21 and 12 in the original array when you were doing this?
Yeah.
All right, let me just do that too. Then come back.
don't get it. I
Okay,
don't know my last.
so 7.
Simon said, right, I know me
I feel
last.
like I shouldn't take.
Unless I just wait, what's Simon? Is Simon still there?
Yeah.
Why, Simon? Like good.
But I'm not doing it, man.
Why me have a strong feeling that una stall because of the algorithm them?
No, sir. More
That's
know
how
how
you
the
think,
sort
that's how you
thing you
think.
work, man. Because if me, alright, I understand what it say. So if you want to say B minus A, that's you just have to say okay, you want to sort it where largest to smallest. And if you have to say A minus B, you sort it from smallest to largest. And it's easy to do that because A smaller than B. But we just want to know how the function itself works.
Yeah,
But it's easy to remember because B bigger than
I
A.
think we'll have to
Because
play around with this one.
B is for bigger.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Alright.
Oh no, what? How is so much mad people come from?
Yeah,
Jamaica.
But make we move on then, cause and somebody research it and give a presentation next session.
Right.
Are we
Sounds like
Sunday.
Are we at
When
Quincy?
yeah. Put him on his spot.
Hold on, so this son him really gotta do it though.
Yeah.
Woo.
Simon sound like him afraid. Listen, like him thinks I'm gonna ask him. So Simon, tell me this.
Yeah.
Look at big quiz or something. Alright.
I see here.
All right, bye everybody. I have to go now.
Oh, yeah,
Body of course.
we're gonna tell you when which part we stop here, and then
All right.
we are end at 7, so it's not too far.
All right.
Hold on, the one girl gonna leave 3 man. Yeah.
Later.
Not joke. Oh, boy. Alright, so you sort to start from largest to smallest, so that is B minus A. Next session, next lesson.
Alright.
Reverse.
Alright, reverse. Reverse. I just don't like when them praise them something, man. Reverse Harry with reverse. Just praise him. Alright, you can use the reverse method to reverse the elements of an array. Reverse is another array method that alters the array in place. Array. And then you have an example right here. My array equals in bracket 1, 2, 3. And then you see you use a method and it turns it backwards. Actually, it's basically the same thing as sort in a way.
Yeah, except that you have to pass on A and B thing.
Yeah, and you don't pass any arguments to this. It's just as is.
Reverse. Yeah.
You know, so
Because
one
the previous function, the previous challenge.
Yeah.
They want we find from the largest to the smallest. Instead of I use sort and write out so much, could I just do it with a reverse function or reverse method?
True.
No, hold on.
Yeah, just. What do you mean?
How is that? How using
Alright,
reverse
so-
method would help?
Alright.
It's just the one. This guy the one little function though. That's reverse.
Oh, get where actually it wouldn't work. Sort wouldn't work because this is doing it in a specific order. Reverse is doing it from largest to smallest.
Yeah. Wait. What? Would it be?
No,
I mean,
well,
from left to right, from right
left
to
to
left, I
right.
should say.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
right,
Right.
left, to right, right.
So it's not sorting at all. You just have to
Yeah.
flip everything. So it'll do a swap
Flip
from
everything, yeah.
last element
Right.
to the
So my
first
bad.
element.
Yeah, my bad. That one was on me.
Concatenate arrays with concat.
You see?
Mod.
You're freezing.
So no go do it with the reverse thing. Well,
Yeah, man.
straightforward. Yeah, concat array, concat.
All right. Concat can be used to merge the contents of two arrays into one. Concat takes an array as an argument and returns a new array with the elements of this array concatenated onto the end. Here is an example of concat being used to concatenate other
Somebody
array
in the
onto
car.
the end of
Who in the
old
car?
array.
Somebody just jumped in the car. Greetings, new person. Who's that?
Ken.
Kenneth.
Oh.
Greetings, massive.
Mr. Ken.
Big up, big up.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, jumping, you know.
Yeah, split strings with split. Oh, wait, we finished the last one all ago?
No, we'll finish it now. All right. The challenge is to use concat to concatenate concat me onto the end of old array and assign it to new array.
Yeah, so that concat me.
Old array, right? And then you pass it the array you want to concatenate.
I think I did something wrong here.
Yeah, you're passing it the same array. You're passing itself.
Oh. Silly Billy.
Same array. No, you're passing concat me.
Right.
But yeah, this concat method.
What am I doing?
He knew you could do it.
By the power of Grayskull. I'm running out of there by the power of Grayskull.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's funny too? But I was thinking the other day when I started on FreeCodeCamp and I did my page, nothing. Them time I'm gonna know nothing. So it's like what was really put out there, that was really just a kind of like a joke. Because you kind of have to revisit your portfolio page once you reach this stage because you realize you never done nothing on it.
True.
Oh, because after that, after the HTML and CSS is supposed to build projects, no?
Yeah, that's when you kind of really start learning to do anything.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't do those, I just jumped to JavaScript.
Alright. So split strings with splits. You can use this. Oh, ready?
Yeah.
So
now this now, you can use the split method to split a string to an array. Split uses the argument you're using as. Ah, shoot! I want that. My apologies. Live. Split uses the argument you pass in as a delimiter to determine which point the string should be split at. Here's an example of split being used to split a string at every s character. Var array equals string.split s character. Use split to create an array of words from string and assign it to an array or to array. So you just use an empty space.
Oh.
Next one. Join strings with join.
Join string with join.
Join strings with join.
You can use join method to join each element of an array into a string separated by whatever delimiter you provide as an argument. The following is an example of using join. To join all the elements of an array into string, we are with all the elements separated by word and. So we have a variable.
Split and join.
Oh, so it's an array. Okay. An array of vegetables. Then you have salad. That's like build a salad word. Join it with the word and turn up salad. Okay, so I want a space between the word. Let's see. Come on, fingers. I want a space, right? Yes!
So whatever we're supposed to do, join string equal, join me that one, just join.
Yeah.
Use a join method to create a string from join me with space in between each element and assign it to join string.
Okay.
Lock off.
So it's the opposite of a split. Join and split. And you can split in the middle. Oh gosh, you reach. I lie. No man, we forget over JavaScript, man.
No.
It's gonna get hard. Trust me, when we do them scripting, it's gonna get challenging.
Oh.
Alright, let us read through this. What is it? Bonfire, meet bonfire. So like Twins of Twins. Big win. Your goal is to fix the failing test. First, run all the tests by click run test.
No, sir.
What
This
is
is not serious.
Oh, what is man?
What's my there?
The failing test is in red. Fix the red code so that all tests pass. Then you can move on to the next bonfire. Make this function return true no matter what. You can do this. You can read this function's argument in developer tools. Meet bonfire, you can do this. Our previous challenge did introduce you to programming concept, but for these algorithm challenges, you'll need to now apply what you learn to solve open-ended problems. Our algorithm challenges are hard. Some of them may take you several hours to solve. You will get frustrated, but don't quit. Watch it
Not let that happen to you.
For some reason, the guy what they use look just like my boss.
Don't quit.
Well, hold on. The brother will come to the computer.
When you get stuck, just use the read, search, ask methodology. Don't worry, you've got this. So here we're going now. We're going to do them here. And then we'll start this on Sunday with the same algorithm. Then we'll start from. Boy.
Alright, so
start you off easy though.
Alright, so a few weeks ago, when we just come on from this channel, everybody laugh off of me because MDMA did my homepage. Now we're gonna see what I'm gonna do. Without the use of MDN.
Yeah,
I see what I'm gonna do.
True. At them time they use it.
Yeah, them click one little resource thing as though. Remember to use read, search, ask if you get stuck. What is this? First messages. Read, search. Oh, the forum.
Oh.
Yeah, the forum and thing, but the forum has the answers on it, so I don't really like using it.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
It's very easy to look at the answers, and some of the, I mean, if you really want to get it, you don't want the answers. You want to fight it out and try to figure it out for yourself.
Yeah, true.
But there comes a time when you're stuck on it for 4
I was just say, all right. Me learn after me see.
or 5, you really need. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well, so I'll make the string an hour. Here are some useful links. Split, reverse, join. Okay, reverse string hello should return a string. Okay, reverse string hello.
Hold on, wait. How you come out of this slideshow thing though, guys?
String that reverse. So hold on. So, oh goodness.
Can I see? Hey, you can't make life too serious.
First challenge we can do.
For real. Function reverse string return string dot reverse.
Wait.
Okay, a string can become in a so what are the space the man them thing there. Okay. So we can use string that split.
Oh, it's not an array, it's a string.
Hello.
What? Oh, or you could literally loop through that string and do it backwards.
Hold on, wait. How you guys get there, sir? Okay. Man, right there. Where?
Yeah, wait. Comment if you could.
How you guys reach it? Wait.
Words reverse function is in place.
See? Well, let's watch. Wait. Nice message your face. Hold on, you can get it.
Oh boy, how is this now? Reverse function in place. Okay, it's in place.
I'm take out my codes and I'll see it. So scroll up to basic algorithms.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Basic algorithms. What you also know as opposed to this the madness and man at choose.
Yeah, because
This bird get a kick. I swear. So that keep pressing the go to next step until it said finish challenge. Once you click on finish challenge, submit, it's supposed to give you first algorithm.
That's a basic algorithm, right?
Yeah. So I want you to return a string.
That's the basic algorithm.
All right. So at this point, should we stop sharing screen and start watching somebody else's screen?
I have a little thing here. What I think to work.
Oh, I don't even have mine up.
Okay.
All right, basic. Where is it? Visualize something. Hold on, basic algorithm. Where that type then I get it. Okay.
So you can only use ES6 on this course?
Rhythm, okay. No, I can't spell that. Wow. Object function and programming, basic computer something.
What do you guys
They're reversing a string.
Oh, Zine. Cool.
But I need to stop sharing my screen, guys. That's cheating. Go to call. Wait. Let me stop sharing my screen. Oh, yes. Oh.
Boom, me do it.
After your TF code.
No, it makes sense. The split and
Somebody else share their screen, guys.
Not even sharing the screen. When I have to share it, what I say is that split and join are two functions we can use. Right? So remember, I said string. When you pass string inside the function, string can be of anything. It can be hello. It can hello I am a or whatever. But what we need for reverse is everything, not just the words itself. Right? So the string will get passed in, you have to turn it into an array using split. But instead of using the space like we did before, we can just use an empty space, like just like 2 quotation marks.
Mm.
And then we reverse that. And when you reverse that, you join it the same way. And we just use this.
Yeah.
What? So I got free code.
And who breed save him, man?
We think I fun.
I mean,
And they have a super asthma or something.
Yeah, just know
Bro.
when you split a string with an empty string literal, it split it into characters, not words. I see somebody write words just for semantics.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so
true.
it's actually an array. It becomes an array.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause what I did do initially was split it into words and realized that not work, and then so cars.
All right, so to put that in one line,
Ew.
Oh yeah, that makes sense too.
Oh wait. Oh wait. Why am I? Why did I join it? And I reversed it. Come on, thing. Okay,
Left go move, cause I can't manage the internet up here, so.
then reverse.
yeah,
Oh.
I can't go watch, you know.
Well, you still left forward or you don't move here. Me now easy for go watch it.
Oh.
Youth.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Reverse. Reverse one. Reverse is not open.
I have an error.
Probably spelled something wrong.
No,
Yeah.
word. I have word in the same way. Where's that join?
Okay. So I can't read. So.
Seeing all of that in one line though, but I guess when you break it up, it clicks.
Oh, Giovanni, quick, something here. Tip: when you post a code, you can post a code between backticks. 3 backticks before, 3 backticks after, and it gives a cool feature. Well, a cool little setup where spacing.
You put it into a code block with the syntax highlighting.
Nice.
That work.
No man, you'd have to write code, I guess. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have to be code. Just put 3 backticks.
So what name back?
Oh, those aren't backticks, Gio. You don't know which back.
Oh yeah. Wait till that there. Yeah.
They're up on the number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you use that for format a code, whether it's on WhatsApp, Facebook.
Oh, we work on WhatsApp too?
Yeah.
Never know that.
Cool.
Really? It work on WhatsApp?
Yeah.
I'll try that.
Yeah.
Nigga, it's on your WhatsApp. If you're looking at group, you will see it. It looks different.
Okay, I don't want to alarm you, but I don't know where the code went. Guys are home. Don't worry. Playing guys in the dark is like my superpower. Hold on.
Reverse.
Yeah,
That's correct. Let me see.
so where the hell is backticks on this though?
There it is.
The little squiggly line what they under escape.
Not defined.
Oh wait, that the on my phone. Back tick the on my phone.
Oh.
Yes, youth.
Hey, the first thingy. Reverse a string. Anybody get that?
Yeah. Alright, so we just use the split method, you see?
Yeah, I did that.
Alright, so first we want to split the string.
Yeah. Do that.
And we use 3 functions. We want to split the string.
Yeah.
We also want.
You join it second, right?
Well, if you split it and join it back, you'll get back the same string. So what we want to do before we join it, we want reversing. Yeah. So they want to reverse the string before we join it back.
Okay.
So whatever word then pass to the function, you're gonna just chop up the word using the split, and you use reverse for rearrange it or flip it round, and then you join it back together using crazy glue.
Alright. Using crazy glue, alright.
Crazy glue. You might not say it back. Like you said, oh,
hold on.
You say, oh, we have a function named crazy glue. That's crazy glue.
Yo, they cannot use the crazy glue function.
You can make up a function names, eh? True.
True. Alright, we can't tap, you know, Jesus peace, man. For the group.
You should have syntax highlighting too.
Oh, in a WhatsApp? I think Facebook have it.
Anybody else? Anybody else this at all?
Yo, you know, it's like Craig has turned into them FreeCodeCamp people, yeah? You know, Craig has like cool beans.
Anybody else this though?
Craig has like cool beans.
Cool beans.
Cool beans. I swear that came from a movie somewhere though.
I don't know. I first
Yes.
I see
Jumanji. That's from Jumanji. It's from Jumanji.
Why the console that log look different?
Like, him use the backticks.
The same thing you use? It look like a different front from the cool beans.
Yeah, because the cool beans is regular.
Is anybody seen this though? I mean,
my cool beans.
Oh. No, it's different.
Same thing. Yeah. Same thing. May I try to do the cool beans too?
Wait there.
Cross out the cap to a code.
Why? Forget my backtick is just a hassle.
Yo, who's Gold Panther?
That's me.
Ronnie, when you change your name? How come I have your number? What the hell? I think you have it. Okay, thanks. Ronnie Crickets, right?
Yeah, I think that's what they call me.
Alright,
sir. Hold on. Okay. Is anybody?
Oh.
Where's the Simon? Hold on, okay.
Line 5.
Where's that?
Line 5. Line 5, STR2.
Oh, line 5? Okay.
Yeah, var ST2, var STR2.
Somebody share one screen or something can fast. I'm not knowing that about.
Yeah, Simon, screen share.
Simon, share a screen so we can see what.
Yeah, man, share mine. So hold on.
Oh, whose screen am I looking at?
Mine.
Oh.
Right. So you said something's wrong with line 5?
Yeah, var st2
Yeah.
str2.
Oh, crud.
Yeah, I work with the same string.
Thanks. I didn't see that.
All right,
That's
let's see
still
what
wrong.
else now.
Still wrong.
String equal.
String should be.
No, take out the comma.
Oh, so now.
Take out the comma there. Yeah, and for string, if I want to split this string, all right. Let me share my screen and show you something.
All right. That will be good.
Start from. All right, so we understand. So we use. All right, so this is initial function. What I'm giving, right? Yes, my screen.
Yeah.
All right, so them have string. Return string.
Yeah.
So if I return the string, you realize they're talking about the same hello we're passing to the function, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you have your savior is not a variable string 1, string that split. Look what happened when I split the string.
Okay.
I say no changes happen.
No change at all.
Watch after my pass function. Well, what's it? An argument to the string, the split method. Wait. Well, still nothing.
Yeah.
But if I pass a space. Wait, shoot, my bad. I did something wrong.
Oh.
Sorry. May I return back string every time? Error on my part. So I'm supposed to return string 1, which is this string right here.
Okay, yeah, right.
So I'm returning it put it now array.
Yeah, but
if I split one string, it automatically switch to array. And the result we get from it, from splitting a string, is an array.
An array of each element, meaning an H is index 0, E is 1, L is 2, so on.
No, I think this is just one element in the array.
One element.
Okay.
This is one element in the array. So what we want really, we actually want to split this element at individual characters.
Right.
So we pass it
An empty string.
So we pass it an empty string. Look what happened.
Oh.
So it chunk each individual character and save it in an array. So this will be index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So now, if you look on MBM, we do not string. We're kind of slow with this. We're working with strings. Oh darn it!
Yeah.
It's a breadcrumb.
Where's
Alright.
breadcrumb?
If we're working,
Right.
if we're working with strings, that's all me use if it help me out. If I work with string, look for the method that are available on string. If I go through the list, you realize that we don't realize that
Right.
we just learn reverse here.
For the array.
So
Right.
what happened is that when we split the string, we stop working with the let me scroll down. There with me people. So now we work with array. Verse, which is somewhere here. I can't spell, Jesus. Man, dudes.
I am sometimes.
All right, so now we work with this reverse method. So if we have a new string named str1, if we put that in a new str2, would I call str1? str1, and now we're going to use the reverse function on it, or the reverse method, and run it again. Wait, before we run it, we want to change what we are returning. So now we stop work with this variable and start work with this one. So we change from str1 to str2 and run it.
But doesn't
Look at the difference.
Oh, back now.
But
Look
doesn't
at the difference.
But yo, Ranik.
Yeah.
String one also, the reverse function also is an in place function, meaning it works on the string one, so you don't even have to go to string two if like at that point.
You can join the methods. So instead of have all of them this long variable here,
Oh, yeah.
String one.
you can take off this and put in a one line if you want.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
And still return this string one. So if we run it again, it's supposed to get the same result as before.
Yeah, but also what I say is that I just want to point out says reverse function is in place. So string one that reverse is the same is acting on that string one. So you don't even have to create another string, like even if it was on the separate lines.
Oh, okay. Yeah. True.
Oh, so you mean if you put string one reverse and then return string one, it would already be reversed?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I put it back in a different line. So if it's a string one that reverse and don't put it into anything, this good because it's already reversed. Even if you return string one now. Yeah. That no, not even var. Take out var. Let's put string one.
Take out var?
Yeah, take out var. Take out var string two. Delete. No.
Oh, you want
just string one that reverse.
Yo, peeps, me I go up on the plantation tomorrow, so me soon a Sunday.
Alright.
Yeah, we soon finish too. Just remove that.
Yeah.
Remove the dot and go straight back to string one.
Remove this dot?
Yeah, and go straight back to string one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go straight
Say
back.
so string one dot
Straight
reverse.
Straight back. Go down. Backspace. Yeah, that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
And then run
Yep.
that now.
This is the same.
yeah,
This is the same.
Yeah.
But may I try? Me want to really do? Me want show Simon based off of how him a look funny.
Oh, yeah.
Because yeah, you might see it another way, Giovanni, and understand it, but maybe I saw him see it coming from a next programming language.
Yeah.
Alright, so him they have a string 2.
String 2 and string 1, yeah.
Mhm.
Alright, so string 2 is here.
And string 1.
And string one
String
yeah.
1 that reverse.
above that. String one dot reverse, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
The third line.
Huh?
Third line.
Yeah,
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, this is
Destruction.
more
Come on.
complicated though, no, man. Yeah, with the whole heap of string stuff.
No, but that but you see up on your screen, so
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
try.
Yeah.
Alright,
Well,
so now
yeah,
we
and this
with
shows you in stages what happens at the first stage and the second stage and the third stage.
yeah, so now we realize that we have an array. It reverse, but everything's scattered all over the place. So if we go back for MDM, we can look through, not because now we work with the array object. We can look through to find out which method we can use to put things back together or glue it up. So one of the methods we have join. If you don't want to join, though, you just take one array and just chunk up it down one big long string. Alright, so we already used join before, so we can actually join string. Well, we're gonna join this string too because this is what we get. This is how we get back. So we're gonna join everything in this together. However, we want to join it back after every blank space. Alright, Amra. So this is split, pass it back to the join here. I'm not sure if it work without passing the argument. I never run that before. Come on, stupid mouse.
There we go. Yeah.
All right, this is just for testing purpose.
Okay, so when you don't pass an argument,
Turn it back to a string. It converts it back to a string, but it didn't.
Yeah, but
it didn't.
But it keeps. Yeah, exactly. It keeps the commas. That's interesting.
Yeah. I'm not sure which case this that makes sense. I don't know if there's a possible algorithm what this that makes sense, but
yeah, that's
good,
exactly.
no.
I'm trying to figure out how would that be useful, and I'm like not seeing anything. But yeah, it's interesting to see it still. You never know.
Yeah. What? They join?
Yeah, when you don't pass any parameters, it condensed the array to a string, but it kept the commas.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's sometimes it's So let me tell you one case that would be, what do you call it now? Good, beneficial. Next word. Anyways, RGB. So like with colors, if you want to keep something in a colors.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Alright. I don't want to keep you guys, man.
No, this is the last one, sir. So make sure you understand. This is the last one.
Crap.
Now we're gonna start back here too.
Right here, sir?
Yeah.
But there's the Quincy coming early. Terminated. All right, so the first one, it always easy, you know.
Yeah, right.
But this dirty monster. Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah, I remember I had to do this one, Tony. It took me a while. I had to use a debugger to try and figure it out.
Factorialize a number. Factorialize. Enunciate. Factorialize a number. So we're doing factorialize a number. So return the factorial of the provided integer. If the integer is represented with the letter n, the factorial is a product of all positive integers less than or equal to n. Factorials are often represented with the shorthand notation n exclamation sign. For example, I did this in math, then I don't know why the pure maths. Yeah, I did something like this. Is what I turn the background was. So I'm waiting.
We like having fun. Everybody I complain about for fun.
Is one of your fun need?
Kill every mosquito.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you believe it that the mosquito them down here smart enough to glide upon the fan breeze and still bite me? Yo, the mosquito them down here upon a different level.
And say, you think you're bad? You think you're bad?
Thank God, there. Man, some stupid mosquito up here, so. Them the man jump in the electric bat.
Over.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, me have the bug zapper thing, then just jump in it. Nah, not sense at all.
Where's that one? The mosquito jumping a bounce about?
No, the bug zapper thing, the bat.
The racket.
The racket, exactly.
No, me jump bounce about. Alright, I'm going to end the live and then continue. Okay, so it is now 7:10. We have completed JavaScript and object-oriented and HTML and CSS, so we have done well. Although we do HTML and CSS by ourselves. But
Sure.
But yes, so this is the end of the live, February 22, 2018, February, 7:10 p.m. So we're going to have another session. This is the end of session 6 of YaadCode Free Code Camp. Live sessions live in Jamaica, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. Well, 2 days out of those. So our next session will be on Sunday, and we have great things in store. It's not a surprise because if you've been watching the lives, you will know. We'll be having Quincy Jones
YouTube.
on the channel, and we will be having that live stream via YouTube instead. So it's open to more than just our Free Code Camp community on Facebook. But yes, the live will be ending. And thanks a lot everybody for watching if you're there watching. And patrons, I don't know, you make it live, you make it amazing. Big up on yourself.
Big up.
Cool.
Rich. Real rich.
Yes.
Alright, so this is saying stopping stream.
Yeah. Hold on. Dear gone? Are they gone?
Hold on, you know, stop streaming. It take a while.
Oh, and it's like 10 years.
So the factorialize thing here, it really rough, you know. I'm not lie. Really.
Yeah, but yeah, this is where you use the one that has the accumulator.
Oh.
Because the factorial is basically, if I remember correctly, factorial is the sum of all the numbers that preceded that number.
Okay.
Or is it the product?
Product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'd have to be doing something.
You know, say I have sense, you'd.
See?
Yo.
Accumulator thing. Reduce.
I forget which one it is, but I think that's the one you'd use.
Yeah, reduce.
Reduce.
Yeah, me try to reduce it free. I'm seeing. Cause I could never tell me say this. I did this way I have to do. No, youth. I'm try. That's a lie not tell. No, not gonna. Yo, you know that code that have me for days. No, you try.
Days.
Said yes. Yes, days.
Yeah, man. I remember the first time. I think I did have to look it up still.
No, man. With the one you can even use just normal
I think
Recursion.
No. Yeah, recursion. Yeah.
Yeah, you already know your pronunciation already. You know me I talk about. Pronounce word as a meet, you know.
Supposed to return us.
Actually, I think I might still have it in my code pen. Let me look.
Read, search, if you get stuck. Yeah, so.
Okay.
The output will go here.
Oh, there were forked ones. That lie. Let's see.
All of my code them gone. All of them have disappeared. So I really start over. Still, right now I'm kind of done. Beta return alpha plus beta. Reduce. Bring back a new string, though.
Oh, I don't remember.
What kind of string you're supposed to get back? Well,
No string.
Factorialize a number.
Yeah.
So you have to know the factorization function overall. So The rest of it are just recursion.
No, this is madness.
See there?
Oh, you did it? You got it?
Yeah. So the factorization function say when the num is 1, you return 1, and when num is 0, return 0. And everything else, you just multiply the number by 1 less than the number.
Right.
So 5 times 4, so 5. So if you return 5 factorial, you have to return 5 times 4 factorial, then 4 times 3 factorial, then 3 times 2 factorial. You understand? So it's doing each time. So the best way for that is call back the function itself.
Okay.
But when you reach 1 and 0, it kind of get a little problem, because when you there are 1, what you will do is say, okay, return 1 times 0, but that's a 0, so you have to stop it this and so return 1. So that them two are the base case, and the other two are the other thing is yeah. Which one we stop a while ago?
What's this one name?
No, this factorize a number. So session 7 will start at factorize a number.
So what you do when you reach projects? You just what you do when you reach projects? Everybody just work on the project themselves, and you just continue.
For this, so for this, we just me I think about we do like a marathon one Sunday, work on the projects.
Okay.
And then if I don't know how we're gonna do that. So it's either we take a break and work on the projects and then come back after the project and done and we work and then we look and just look on what we do and everybody get a demo upon them projects.
Or we just work straight through all the scriptings and then you go work on your projects after.
Yeah.
Unless you don't want to like team up, like people team and match up the project, them help each other.
Yeah, so that would install like the marathon. So then we call it YaadCode marathon. And then we do that. So Saturday, Sunday, right? And then at the end of the project, everybody get the demos during the same 2-hour call them.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That sounds good.
So what we're gonna do, prepare record by building out the project and then showcase it and like go through the code line by line on the card.
Yeah, anything you want. So a demo. So you prepare your presentation. So you share your screen and you prepare.
Oh, all right.
And that's me I worry about now, cause my sound cut out when me screen share. So I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Unless what you have forgot to then you have to remote for somebody machine.
Or me just in my demo me just use the normal live and you wanna look on the live, I guess, and mute the car. I don't know.
Yeah, that can work.
So me demo last, cause of that.
Or upgrade the internet.
All right, sir.
That's true.
You know,